Hey guys, and welcome to my second F1 2020 video. We have another online session right here. I left myself a bit more time this time to introduce myself before the race starts. It's going to be a race in the Netherlands. This is actually my first online race here in Zandvoort. And we are in the AlphaTauri starting P12, and let's see how this is going to go. And we jumped the McLaren at the start, but perhaps he just wants to avoid the crash that's going to happen. And oh my god, so many cars off the track. We're P6 trying to overtake the Racing Point round the outside, make a bit of contact. He goes off the track. He still holds it, he's in my inside, but we are clear. I'm using overtake to get away from him. And we are P5, that was an amazing start. And as you can see, the guy ahead in the Williams is pretty close to me too, or in the Haas, and he actually, both of them, and we're P3, they made mistakes, but my teammate is going around my outside, and he actually gets amazing traction out of the corner, and he overtakes me even before we can accelerate really. As someone sends it down my inside, I try to give him space, but it compromises my second corner, the following corner, and he spins actually. So we are P4 after this chaotic start that this race was. The guy behind is still pretty close to me. As you can see, the brake boards are gone, but thankfully we have the sign with the, I think it's F1 2020 sign that we can use for reference point. As you can see, the guy ahead, he already put about 2-second gap, but the guy behind is really close, and I just wanted to show how hard it is to overtake. So he looks like he's a bit faster than me, but he still can't quite overtake because it's really hard. The only place really is the start-finish straight where you can overtake, and it's still pretty hard to overtake there. But this DRS zone, which we've gone through just now, really pulls the guy closer to you. So he has DRS, he can make up for all that's going in your dirty air. As the guy actually is really close, and I think yeah, I'm using overtake and rich mix, and he can't quite catch up to me. Maybe he was saving still a bit more fuel as he spins, and that's it. Oh, we were robbed of a really great race. As you can see, the guys ahead were really fast, about half a second to a second faster than me every lap. As here we have another race in Brazil, I just wanted to show my livery which I created. I think this dark green and red really looks good in these cloudy conditions in the dark. And the lights light up, and away we go. The guy ahead gets a really bad start, and we actually jump him, but the guy behind me had, and we actually get dive bombed, and we're going to cut back, but I didn't manage to do so, as I'm actually using overtake now. But he closes the door. He had every right to close the door. I wasn't really inside him. It was a stupid move to make, but we are in P5. I think that was our starting position. I think this was the guy who had a bad start, but he dive bombed us back right away, as we are pretty close to them, but the field is still together really much, except the two front guys. They are so much faster. As you can see, from the looks of it, they are almost second clear already, or even more than that, as the guy behind me is really close, or actually I'm closer to the guy ahead, but I'm not using enough overtake coming out of the corner, but it's enough to catch up to the guy ahead. As you can see, I'm in his slipstream. I'm using Rich Mix. I'm almost alongside him. I go for the dive, but he closes the door again. As a consequence of that, the other guy overtakes me because I get a really bad exit. It's still better than 2019 though, because I would have spun as I get dive bombed again. So I actually thought I might get the switch back on him, but he had still had a pretty good exit out the corner, and we are almost a second down on the guys ahead. But as the guy actually makes a mistake, but the guy behind me is still really close to me, and as we cut, we managed to get rid of the guy behind. But the pack ahead of me is still really close. I'm using Reach. I'm really careful with using my ERS, because if you use it in the first few laps too much, then you won't have it all, obviously, in the last few laps, where I think it's really important to save it, because the others will most likely nothing this way and try to overtake each other. As we can see right ahead of us, there's a huge fight. I think there was 2 overtakes in that one corner. As they actually slowed down each other, that's going to give me an opportunity to get back at them. As actually they make contact, and one of them spins out, and I'm right behind them again. As you can see, fighting really hurts their pace, and that's why we are so far behind the leaders. As the guy makes a mistake ahead, and he actually has some wheel spin getting out of the corner. As he tries to go down the inside, he didn't manage to do so, as the guy ahead of me didn't leave him too much space, as he shouldn't have. That was a stupid move. The straight comes up right now. He could have just waited a little bit, but this is going to actually give me an opportunity to close up to the guys ahead and maybe try to overtake them, as the guy ahead of me actually made a mistake. I first thought he might be going for the DRS in this long straight, but he dive bombed me right after that, so maybe he wasn't playing it tactically. He just made a simple mistake, as that's going to be the finishing order P4 for us. And the next GP is Baku. Baku is always a chaotic race, and we are starting P17, which is, I think, a really good place to start. So you don't get involved in all the crashes that's going to happen. It's bound to happen always, and it does right now. Thankfully, ghosting is enabled, and we already in P13. As the second corner arrives, the Haas dive bombs, and it's a chain reaction. They all end up in the wall, at least some of them, as we are in P12. So out of that crash, we gained another 1 position. As there's going to be in the third corner, as the Haas. What is even happening in this race? We are P9, P8 already. As the guy on my inside spins, I don't think I touched him, so I don't think that was my fault. And another an Alfa Romeo spins, and we are P7, but the guy behind me was really fast, and here comes the long straight, where he's going to have an opportunity to overtake me. And as you can see, I'm up into Rich and using overtake. But then I realized I won't be able to defend this anyways, so I just go back into lean and wait till he overtakes me, so I can overtake him in the next lap with ease with DRS. But he actually does not dive on me, which is another smart play, since this second DRS zone is coming up. As I actually hit the wall, thankfully didn't get any damage from that. Flag. As you can see, I'm enriched, as again a crash happened ahead of us with the yellow flags. but we didn't gain any places from that, so it wasn't that bad. Although, as you can see, again they collide, and we gain 2 places from this one, as I actually get ahead in a go of a ghosting car. That's not the most epic way to overtake someone, but I'm going to take it anyways. But this is the straight I was talking about earlier. They are going to have so much top speed compared to me with the Slipstream and DRS, but I'm still trying to defend this one, since both of them can, or actually all the 3 of them can get past me right away if I'm not careful. But I overestimated their opportunities or their stop speed, because I think there were fixed setups and only one of them can try to overtake me, and the other actually lost the space out of trying to overtake me. As I'm getting back at this guy with the overtake button, will I be able to outbrake him around the outside? No, I didn't manage to do so. I'm trying to get the undercut again, as him and I both get some wheel spin out of the corner. I'm trying to stay really close here, but it doesn't seem I can do anything about this. I have to pray that I can stay in the DRS, as I actually touch him both times and send him by, as actually the Red Bull goes in me, and I thought this was my fault, so I waited up for him, but sadly that ended this epic race that could have happened. I felt that that was my fault, and that's why I let him go. Sadly, it could have been a really good race. I actually tried going for the fastest lap, the following lap, last lap, but I hit the inside and then the outside, and I just figured that I made a mistake, and I couldn't manage to get the fastest lap, as I actually throw the car away. I think these were pretty good races, especially that last one could have gone way better. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you liked it, please drop a like and subscribe, and see you in the very next one.